What's up, fight fans? Your boy P. Welsh here, bringing to you UFC Fight Night from Paris. Imavov versus Borralho, 6-6 week from Singapore. Couple good, lucky to be there, lucky couple bad beats, but excited for this card. Feeling enjoyed the week off, recharged, refreshed. Those were quick picks too, I think. So we're gonna get in this straight women's strawweight. Shauna Bannon versus Sam Hughes, 7-1 versus 10-6. Both ladies coming off a win, very even on the metrics, and yeah, Sam Hughes is certified third round winner. She's a big favorite right here and has been improving her performances over the last few years, as I even watched. Caught a couple tough losses in there too, but always fights super hard. Always fights for seems like 15 minutes, so I'm gonna, probably sprinkle a little Hughes by decision as the official pick here. But man, it's not like, and I think Bannon's tough. I just don't think she has the finishing ability against somebody that's literally not gonna make. I mean, honestly, I could even see Sam Hughes getting a TKO here. Like, if you watch that Bannon fight against Pujo Tomar, Puja freaking knocked her down, and it was only the armbar that saved her. Sam Hughes is not going to make the mistakes Puja Tomar makes. So, yeah, I mean, Sam Hughes by decision, but I think she can get a cheeky, a little cheeky knockout too. I don't think so. I think, I think she could pretty much win 30-27. I think you'll see very decisive for her. I just think there's a potential. So, I think Sam Hughes is a clear favorite. I think she's seriously a strong contender and a strong fighter in the women's division. Very excited to see this fight. And Sam Hughes, let's go. Next up, buried in the prelims, Brad Tavares versus Robert Breshke. Tavares 21-11 coming off the win of Mearshart. We got Breshke 17-6 coming off the loss to Pataria. And yeah, I think you can just rack up another Tavares decision here, put it on the books. That's why he's buried here on the second fight. It's just one of those things that I don't necessarily think he's just such a better fighter. He's not going to risk getting clipped by this guy. I don't know if they like didn't. I think they just let Tavares' contract walked and then he re-signed him. I just think that the way this guy fights, he's a consummate professional, and he's gonna go to he's probably just great to call, and they love having this guy on contract. I think this guy's gonna go square up, and I think he's gonna go fight for 15 minutes and go get his paycheck. And yeah, I think Brad Tavares is a extremely well-rounded striker. And like I said, unless like you're gonna catch him like RoboCop Rodriguez, the Bruno Silva, like you're gonna have to do something super outrageous, It's just like, look at everybody he's fought, man. The guy's absolutely a killer. If you're picking Bresky and laying anything on him, God bless you and good luck. Now, I'm not saying Tavares can't win. I definitely think this goes to the decision, but like where Tavares struggles is with those guys that come with immense power, right? Silva, even he's kind of like a light heavyweight, right? Rodriguez is big, Park big, Duplessis. I mean, Adesanya, Shabazian, Whitaker, look Romero. Look at all the guys he's lost to in his career. So yeah, if you're picking Bresky, I think Tavares. Curse it if be nuts. Lock of the week, dude. Next up, welterweight bout. Sam the Rebound Patterson, 13-2-1 versus Trey Waters, 9-1. Both guys coming off a win. Trey Waters 2 inches on the height, and Patterson 1 inch on the reach. 2 inch on the legs for Trey Waters. And yeah, I was really down on Patterson after that inaugural knockout loss by Yamuz. But man, has really rebounded strong after that. I mean, dude, the Danny Barlow fight, I think, changed my opinion on Sam Patterson. And I think anybody can get caught in a fight, and I think he made a mistake. I think Patterson's legit, dude. I think he's only getting better. I think this is I mean, I don't know, man. It's hard to say Patterson's not going to freaking work an early first, second round knockout. Maybe like second round knockout or something. I just think Trey Waters is a little hittable. I'm not looking at his striking defense, right? But the wins don't impress me in a way that Sam Patterson has impressed me. And I think if you're going to stand there with Sam Patterson, I think He's actually better against taller guys. As weird as it is, he struggles against the small guys because they're harder to hit in a way. The big guys stand there a little bit easier, in the path of motion, especially for a bigger guy like him. The little guys, they can get in there and find the angles over the top around them quick, faster. I really like if you watch that counter left. I mean, it was quick too. And Yamus ain't even, he gets really, I don't. That's a crazy one. I would love to see them run that back. I think Patterson dusts them, honestly. Yeah, I'm big on Patterson here. I feel like he just wins. I just think he's a, good fighter, man. And not saying Trey Waters ain't, because I am a fan of Trey Waters. I just don't like him in this matchup. Like I said, I watched that Danny Borralho fight. The way that he was able to move in and out. Maybe Borralho was a day late and a dollar short that fight. Everybody's going through different stuff with the weight cut. 170s, big weight cut for these guys, so it could change everybody differently. But yeah, actually, I thought I thought bigger guys would be worse for Patterson. I actually think it's better. I think it's better for him. Patterson, let's go. Featherweight, William Gomi, 14-3, coming off a loss versus Robert Ruchala. He making his UFC debut. They don't even got this guy with a picture right now. Where's Ruchala? 11-1, coming out of Poland, 27 years old, 5'10", 72-inch reach, 3 KOs, 3 submissions, 5 decisions. KSW champ, and I mean, I feel like it's gonna be Gomes by decision. He really just, I don't know. I just don't see him finishing, guys. I think the weight cut's brutal. I don't think he's able to put a pace on. Right? I think he slows down in the third. If you like a spot, maybe Ruchala third round is a spot that I think you could probably get. I mean, and you said, he could arguably beat Hyder Amil. That was a pretty 50-50 fight there. But, yeah. I mean, I feel like Gomes by decision has to be a very strong play this week, too, just because of his lack of gas tank. Dude, my guy is 6 foot cutting down to 146. And he's every bit of 6 foot, really muscular too. It can't be. I think he's a really, the Brito win was good. It's just he fights in these really, scrappy fights. Francis Marshall fight on Fight Night. January Arians, he's not necessarily putting people out. So I like Gomes' decision here. I think it's pretty. I mean, like I said, you could maybe pick the upset. I'm just not going to go pick against a French guy on the scorecards. That's really the next thing, right? We're in France. I'm not going to go pick a guy I think is going to go to the scorecards just because I don't think he really is. I just don't think he's got that pop. Yeah, it's just tough. I don't know, man. It's dude, the weight cutting situation is just so wild. I wish there was a different alternative, but it is fun to see these guys and try and analyze struggles with the cut and how it affects their power, performance, stamina, endurance, durability, all the factors that go into 3-round fight at different weight classes with varying, metrics. Incredible. I love the fight game, man. It's all intrinsically part of us too, to defend ourselves. So my guy Gomes here, winning the fight in 3 rounds. Next up, welterweight bout. Andreas Gustafsson, 12-2, coming off a win. I think that was his debut win against Renat Fakardinov, 23, 1-1. 6'1" versus 6 foot, half an inch reach, and pretty much a pick'em here. Rightly so. I don't know how you can believe in Fakardinov right now. His performance, I mean, he lost his last one against Leal, so. And I thought he lost against Dalby too. I picked him in both those fights. He was heavy favorites, and he looked terrible. So, he had a draw before that. This dude is not winning. He's losing and fighting close fights. I think Gustafsson has that win ability. I think he could put him out here. I think he's going to look for that KO. I think this could be a changing of the guard here. I think he fought Chaos Williams to a decision. And my thing is, Fakardinov's, he's really good defensively. That's why I think he's really good at kicking. He's really good at defending. But, man, he looked a day late and a dollar short even against Leal, man. And we saw Leal get the lights put out of him by Slaklovov with, terrible striking defense. He literally blocked that punch with his head. And, Fakardinov couldn't find one of those. He couldn't find anything for damage. I think my guy Gustafson could find something like that. You know what I mean? Like he's got that kind of like touch of death. Like I like Chaos Williams. I think I picked him in there, even though I might have. I don't know. I definitely picked Chaos for sure. Took the L there. I'm going Gustafson, man. Like I just don't think Fakardinov is levels above him. Like if you can go in there and beat Chaos Williams in your debut in the UFC. I mean, he had a couple contender series. He had the contender series fight that got him there. Yeah, I'm high on Gustafson here. I think he's got good mentality. I think Fakardinov's been fed a few wins. Not looked good in his last. It's now going on years. So if you want to back up somebody like that, all power to you. But to me, I'm just gonna maybe take Gustafson. Money line. I mean, it's pretty much a pick'em, and at a pick'em, I think he's got the finishing capability, and I think he's got the ability to just win the minutes because you clearly know Fakardinov struggles to dominate all the minutes. I don't even know, man. I just think he ends up, if he tries to win those and like actually wins the minutes, I think Gustafson wins the moments and kind of knocks him out. If he doesn't like go to push to win the minutes, I think Gustafson win the minutes. I think it's pretty one-way traffic from what I've seen from Fakardinov, especially like how much of a believer I am in here. And if he can't get this one done, yeah, we'll see what happens, bro. It's always fun when he goes in the cage, though. Always fun. Next up, heavyweight bout, Marcin Tybura, 27-9 versus Ante Dalaji, 17-3 from Croatia. 1-inch height, 1-inch reach, 5-inch on the legs for Tybura. And pretty much a 50-50 pick him again. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know about this one. I'm all on Tybura here. I just think, like, come on, man. You really guys... I am at this point, I am not trusting bigger guys from other promotions to come in here and do anything. This guy's been fighting UFC for damn near freaking 30 fights. What's my guy Tybura at? You know what I mean? He's at 22 UFC fights. This guy's at fucking 4 minutes on a contender series. Like, my thing is Tybura could gas out, but he's actually looked strong besides the Survey Spivak armbar, which is probably going to happen, more times than not. He's honestly on a pretty good roll. Other than that, his losses to Aspinall and then Volkov by decision freaking years ago. Yeah, I'm all on Tybura here. I don't see why people are even wanting to back anybody from another promotion making their debut against an absolute established veteran who's just knows how to fight, dude. Like, I ain't getting on the wrong side of Tybura again, dude. I got on the right side of him, too. So you call me stupid for backing him again, dude. I had to pick him against somebody making their debut that... Nah. My guy is vicious, bro. Watch the Denise fight against somebody that was making their heavyweight debut or something. Absolutely starch. It's not like this guy can't be KO'd, can't be subbed, can't be finished. Like... Who is this guy beaten versus who is Tybura faced? It seems like a pretty even handicap there. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way I'm ever picking this other guy just at a straight. Like, prove me wrong, dude. Like, Dalija, like, that'd be amazing. I want to see him go in there and starch Tybura, put his lights out, and change the game. Even Tybura at 42. The thing is, dude, I'm not doubting these unks, bro. What we come to realize is the guys that are still in the game that are very old are absolutely committed to the fight game. They've been training for training and training and training. They're at 10 years of training. The guys that they're fighting, they might not have even thought about fighting. They not even old enough to take an amateur bout by the time these guys started training professionally for the MMA, and they've been there this long. Like, this is Tybura all day. I got a few spots that I really like. I might keep it a little conservative on the round robin this week and maybe take a chance on one. But there's some spaces that I think are just absolutely ripe for the taking, and I think Tybura even money. Let's go, baby. Next up, welterweight bout Reese McKee, 14-6-1 versus Alex Sola, making his debut again, 6'2" for McKee, coming off a win. I remember that win. I picked McKee there. Sola 10-1, unranked. And I think he's a Frenchman, 27 years old, 5'11", boxing background. Says the boxing squad says lightweight, so he's going up to welter. It says he's a lightweight in his last promotion, going up to welterweight. Was that what this one? Let me double check. Yeah, 170. Come on, man. How you not taking Reese McKee here too, bro? Like, I don't know, man. Maybe I have like recency bias and like I'm not believing in the other way, but I'm not going to doubt these guys that I've had success with and seen win fights in the UFC against guys that I thought are actually better than their opponents right now. Right? That doesn't always equal what's going on. But if you look at the Reese McKee beat Dennis Frunza. Okay, that wasn't that. But he pummeled them. Right? Chitty and Angelusa. Maybe not the best, but he fought Morono. He fought Shamaev. Right? He's had another stint. He's back in the UFC. This is his second go on it, bro. I'm just thinking there's a reason they signed him after 2 losses, too. They're 2 good losses. I think they really believe in Reese McKee. I think he's worthy of taking a chance on again. As a dog, I think he's got the dog in him, man. Like, he has fought some absolute killers, and this guy Sola coming up from like 155. If he actually has only fought 155, power, distance, striking metrics, I just can't really see it going his way. I think he might, the best thing he have is maybe an endurance, but like literally he's beating guys that he's picked 99% to 1 at, 155. I don't think so. Reese McKee all day. I don't even want to think too much about it. This guy could pummel him. You don't even know how bad this guy is in comparison. Now, he's got the fighter's chance, but, I mean, it seems like a lot of people are even backing him here. There's a few spots that I don't really understand, and this is another one. I mean, I think a lot of people right now, are, especially when you look at the odds, just don't like certain fighters. Like, they just don't believe in them at all. And I believed in them to even get them to even being that close. They were losing. A, they wouldn't even be in the UFC. B, they would have way worse odds if they were going against somebody like that. So, Reese McKee, baby. Next up, light heavyweight. One of the biggest favorite on the card here, Omar Sy, 11-1, coming off a loss. Who do you lose to? What am I tripping on? Against Brendan Haberio. He lost to Menefield. That was right. And then Julius Walker lost to Menefield. So let's do the transitive property here. Sy is like Julius Walker then, huh? Even though he's got way better finishing ability, like he actually hasn't finished anybody. So as I talk about it, I'm going to probably take Sy by decision here. Just because I had him at 1-2 initially. I think Haberio is not as big as a pincushion as we think it is. It kind of reminds me of that. Somebody that we just think is going to get walked through by somebody that's been walked through. I'm thinking of Kukurea, but that... Hold on, excuse me, I gotta sneeze. Yeah, we go live, no edits. Yeah, I like Sy by decision here. I think Haberio's got a little bit more. Like, he's getting finished by Mang. He's getting finished by Mirzakhanov. Mirzakhanov's a killer. Mang, Zing. I just think Sy is gonna struggle to do the damage. Kai Machado fight. This guy, he can make it. He can definitely make it against a guy that may not make it. That may not be as big as a killer as we straight thought he was. So, yeah, I kind of like Sy by decision here. I think he'll be a clear favorite. I'll probably take a chance on that too. I think a lot of decisions on this card. I think we'll get some finishes. But I think Patterson got the finish potential. McKee maybe even finish potential. Tybura, it's got potential. I like some of the money lines more because I think you're just getting good value at guys that you really have great chance on. So, yeah, I like Omar Sy here. I'm probably going to pick him 3 decision maybe, just straight up decision. The thing is, he wins early, and I just don't see him really winning early because I think Haberio is better than like what I initially thought about him. Like, I think he's always going to go down the Mirzakhanov like that. And the Mang Zing Yang, he got caught. Those were like both their UFC debuts. So I definitely got this one going a little bit over and leaning towards Sy 3 decision for sure. Next up, we're in the main card, baby. Patricio Pitbull versus Lonesa Keita. 37-8 for Pitbull, coming off the rebound win. Who the frick did he beat? Against Keita, making his, UFC debut. French unranked man, 27 years old. 16-1, 10 KO wins, 6 decision wins coming from Octagon. And, yeah. Come on, man. I got Pitbull here, bro. I'm going to take another chance. Give him 2-3 fights. second, third fight, maybe they got a better chance. Debut against Rodriguez, and I also think Pitbull's the best one from all the other promotions. I think he's got the best losses, right? And I think I don't know. I don't know. I'm taking another chance on him. I think he's way better than this guy. He beat Dan Ige. That's what it was. He beat Dan Ige. If Pitbull wants to get in there and wrestle again, he's going to beat this guy 100%. There's no way this guy can handle his wrestling. Now, if Pitbull stands in there and fights, he gets absolutely flatlined KO'd by this cat. I'm picking a conservative, boring fight from Pitbull here. I think Pitbull by decision. I really just this sounds like a boring fight. I think he's really got to lean on that wrestling. Like you saw, like if he takes the chances, he's gonna get outstruck by some of these guys. He's a little bit older and not as good in a way. He wins in kind of his cardio, his pace, his control, his positions. Right, like I think that's the biggest undervalued aspect and talent of UFC is positional control, distance control, and how that basically wins the fight more times than not. And that I think people get very frustrated, especially trying to finish fights and guys that don't finish fights. But I also think it's a talent and a skill that is once mastered the number one technique to win in mixed martial arts rules the way they are constructed today is take the guy down, control him, do damage, and don't let him up, right? I think if you can learn to implement that in the UFC, and especially in the big octagon, take him down in the middle, and he's got a lot of work to do. It's not the small cage. I think this is a Pitbull spot. I even think Pitbull could work a finish here. I don't know. Maybe a ground and pound. It's like 9 in his career, 5 subs. I like the money line at plus money anyway. I might do a little bit more conservative one where I take like a lot of these guys at their money line because we're getting something decent. But yeah, I'm excited. I like Pitbull here. I'm taking a chance on him. He's the official pick as well. I just think he'll work it, and if he doesn't, then he's gonna get his lights put out, and it would be more of the same. But I think he's learned his lesson, bro. A Dan Ige win is nothing to fret about, dude. It's very impressive. I think if Dan Ige was fighting this guy, he'd be a minus 200 favorite. So, for Siam Fernandez, I says was canceled. We're gonna go Bukakis versus Paul Craig. Modestas Bukakis, 18-6, coming off a win. 6'3" for both gentlemen against Paul Craig. 17-9, 1 draw, 1 no contest. Oh man, I don't know, man. You really want to trust Modestas Bukakis to win something? He lost to Kuti Laba. I guess I gotta pick Bukakis decision again. I don't see him knocking out Paul Craig as much as a pincushion Craig is. I could see Craig getting in some good positions where he could steal around and put him in a dangerous spot. That being said, like Modestas has if he gets caught in a bad spot, he's absolutely going down. The one thing though, I think it's gonna be, you know who Modestas kind of like reminds me of a little bit. He kind of reminds me of freaking Dolezdi in a way, just where like he'll just style on and beat up some guys in the fight game because it's part of it. He'll win. They'll take some losses. Dolezdi is way better than, but just the way like the style, like I think he wins a decision here, right? Like he'll be happy to be outstriking Paul Craig. He'll survive the ground, get up, do damage, win, and I think Modestas by decision. Again, I just can't really trust Paul Craig with any picks or money at this point in my career. That Bellato fight was an absolute nightmare. I don't really know what to think about it, except we just wasted an incredible amount of time with both of those, with that matchup. And yeah, I don't think that benefits Paul Craig at all. I don't know, man. This one's maybe stay away. But I don't know how you don't. I mean, it's just like minus 355 favorite. Like I said, maybe some of the props. Like that's a prop that like we'll see what happens. I'm interested to see when they come out tomorrow. I'm very interested. Yeah, but we're going to pick Bukakis there. Next up, lightweight bout, Balaji Oki versus Mason Jones. Oh, Mason Jones. Makes me want to cry. Oki 10-2 coming off a win. Mason Jones 12-2 coming off a win. I think it was his debut against Jeremy Stevens, and I needed him to finish Stevens in round 1 or 2, and it would have won me $1,500. Instead, he beat him by decision. And yeah, I don't know how to feel. It makes me not want to ever pick Mason Jones again. It makes me think he's not that good, and I think we're actually getting good. I don't know. I just think we're getting good value on Oki, who didn't look as well in his last couple of fights. Really hasn't looked that well at all. I don't know, and I don't know, man. This fight just scares me to death. Like, I don't want to pick against Mason Jones just because I'm angry that he didn't finish Jeremy Stevens, right? But like, it's Jeremy Stevens. You can't finish him. Like, this guy's probably like way more athletic, way more volume. Like, I know he got lost to Chris Duncan in a guillotine, but Chris Duncan's a savage, bro. So I don't know if Mason Jones is that big of a savage. I'm probably just gonna pick Oki here. All right, no. Here's what we do. We're picking Mason Jones. Mason Jones is the pick, and we're gonna bet Oki because he's the underdog. That's probably where we'll end up setting up. I don't know. We may do a couple spicy things this week. I'm gonna see what ends up happening. Might do a couple 7 picks and some money lines and decisions, and I don't know. I like the odds a lot this weekend. I like a lot of the spots that we got, so we'll see how it looks. Down to keep it a little bit more tight to the vest here, but I'm gonna pick Jones here. I'm really honestly fading him on with my wallet though. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like him right now. I'm still so salty. It was the perfect night. We kicked up like 2 plus 900. It was some dude submission, Jillian Robertson's KO, and Mason Jones to win in 1 or 2. I should have just picked Mason Jones 3 or decision, and we would have won. But yeah, you know, you can just blame me, blame Jones, blame whatever. So GG's, picking Jones again. Lightweight co-main event here. Benoit Saint Denis 14-3. Coming off a win against Mauricio Hoofy, the Lord Hoofy. Even Lord's his teammate. But yeah, 12-1 coming off the win. Knockout against Bobby Green. 2-inch reach advantage, 1 inch on the feet. And yeah, this is Hoofy all day, man. I like Hoofy. I think he's got a potential for the belt. I think he can fight for the belt one day. I think he can. I don't know if he'll win it. I think he's got the talent to fight for it. I think Benoit Saint Denis has some flaws in his game. I think he absolutely can get rocked and finished here. Second round, maybe. I think it'll take a little bit. I think if Benoit's, he's got to take down Hoofy, man. That's his only way he can really win. He hasn't been challenged enough on the ground at all. If he's going to win, I think Benoit Saint Denis wins a submission decision fight against Mauricio Hoofy, who has not been challenged by anybody like that. Especially if you just watch the time in the octagon, Malarkey, Lawn Top, Green, no guys are ever shooting a takedown on him. So if that is a game plan situation that switches up against Benoit Saint Denis, he can absolutely win this fight. You know, that's kind of is his game, is kind of the ground game. You saw him take down Dustin Poirier, so that's nothing to be like the fret about. The guy he lost to that probably we're dogging a little bit is Moicano fight. He's taken a big step back because of how he was dominated there. But yeah, I kind of think he has to win the takedown, work some submissions, and win the control times, kind of similar to Pitbull. I could definitely see. I might do 2 and do like a hedge on both of them. Do like some underdogs and then do some hoofies, you know, stuff like that. Like build off a different one because I definitely can see some Benoit Saint Denis pathway to victory. I also think that Hoofy is one of the most talented fighters in the lightweight division, and I'm not picking against him. I'm picking him, but I definitely have a pathway for Benoit Saint Denis to win. And like I said, if you're taking down Dustin Poirier in the first round, if you are not strong, like the thing about Saint Denis is I think he's freakishly strong for 155. I think there's a real life strength that's different than an MMA strength. And it's kind of something like that Chimaev strength that you saw. Like, if he can learn to get himself into the right positions and not make mistakes and really dominate, I think he has an absolutely chance to win a very boring decision against a big fan favorite. Am I going to pick that to happen? Absolutely not. But I think That's why we see it not crazier, because everybody is probably picking it, and realistically, I can see the Benoit Saint Denis decision. I don't know if Hoofy's gonna get finished, bro. That'd be an absolute monster upset. It would be one for the books, but I can definitely see him winning more of a takedown 3-round fight because Hoofy's got some form of defense. Bam! What a banger co-main event. I don't know if I'm cutting scratch on the bam. Wow, I'm just thinking I don't know what's gonna happen here, and I think this fight just got so much better as I sit here and break it down, because I think a lot of people are just automatically Hoofy, Hoofy, Hoofy. It's like a 90% clip on one of the pick'em sites, but realistically, like he said, he does struggle with strikers though. Look at Poirier, elite striker like that. I think Hoofy could arguably beat Dustin Poirier if they fought. So very, very good matchup. Excited to see this one in Paris. And last up, we got the main event, middleweight title eliminator, Nasruddin Imavov versus Kai Borralho. Imavov 16-4, Borralho 17-1-1, no contest. Both guys on a train, similar reach, exactly the same metrics. 2 inches on the height for Imavov. How is this a pick'em? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense, dude. I love Borralho. I love the Fighting Nerds, but I think he goes down. I don't think both Fighting Nerds win, and I don't think he wins. I think this is Imavov all day. I don't understand. He's got 5-round pedigree. He's at home. He's gotten the actual big-time wins. Annan, Cannonier, Craig, Magmedev, Olazaychek, Petrosian. You know what I mean? Not picking against Imavov here, bro. Straight up, even money. Oh, that was Borralho's run. Maybe even better for Imavov. Adesanya, Allen, Cannonier, Dolizdi, lost to Strickland, beat Buckley, Sabajian. I just think Imavov is just a super conservative fighter, and I just can't see him losing. I have him winning a decision. I have him winning. I don't think there's a finish in this fight. I think he's also better at 5 rounds. 5 rounds against Cannonier, right? Or, it was a 5 round. I think it was 5 rounds against Dolizdi. It was only 3 rounds against Allen. And that's why I think we got this fight here. Curtis quit against him. He lost to Strickland, which is fine. That was a long time ago. That was like almost freaking, literally, that was a weird time. Like prime COVID in a way. Yeah. Nasruddin Imavov all day. The hype on the Fighting Nerds is real. Prates is real deal. Gene Silva is real deal. Mauricio Hoofy is real deal. Is Kai Borralho going to get there and actually make the statement that he believes in himself and is kind of the leader of the Fighting Nerds? And it'd be really interesting to see what happens this weekend. You got, they're all booked. They all want to hold belts simultaneously, and this is the first big step to any of them, and all of them holding it is this fight. And I don't know if I think it gets derailed here. Prates undefeated to Gary streak didn't mean much to me because I just felt that was going to happen. I think Imavov definitively beats Borralho 4 rounds to 1. And I don't think it's I honestly don't think it's particularly close, and I can't believe that they're actually giving some scratch to Borralho the way that they are. It's mad respect on the Fighting Nerds as a whole and the hype that they've gained, but I think Imavov's really good, bro, and I hate to admit it. I picked him against probably the last 2 times. I ain't picking Borralho here. I just think cardio, volume, endurance, home field. I just don't think Borralho's got to knock him out, man. I just can't see Imavov getting knocked out like that. No offense. Like, it would be amazing if it happens, and that's got to be the win condition, but yeah, Imavov by decision, 8 decisions, 7, most of them he's got 4 in the UFC, 2 decision losses, 4 KO wins. Probably should have beat Curtis too. So, yeah. Imavov, baby, all day. Do a quick recap here. Excited. Going to get a monster winning week, I hope. Let's go, baby. Let's go. We got Sam Hughes, Laker by decision. Brad Tavares by decision. Sam Patterson, 2nd round KO. Gomes decision. Gustafsson, second round. Ty Burra, decision. Royce McKee with the finish. Side, decision. Pitbull, decision. Canceled fight. Bukakis, decision. Mason Jones, decision. Goofy, second round KO. I got to pick it. And then Imavov by decision. Thank you guys for watching so much. If you made it here, like, comment, subscribe. Leave your picks in the comments. If you get them all right, I'll send you $100. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy the fights. Take care of yourselves, your families, and your friends. Peace and love, everybody.